The Queen Elizabeth, filmed at sea for the first time today, is still 3 years from being fully operational. And who can know if the long war in Syria and Iraq will be over even then, despite the role UK forces have played against IS or Daesh.
These battles against terrorism have to be won by local forces, but we can help. We can help with air power, we can help with training, we can help with intelligence.
But if that's the kind of threat Britain faces, where does a £3 billion aircraft carrier fit into the picture?
With the Queen Elizabeth, the UK will rejoin the exclusive group of nations who can actually operate an aircraft carrier. Although with potential enemies and technology evolving so quickly, some have questioned whether this is the kind of hardware the nation really needs.
The Defence Secretary says Queen Elizabeth and the stealth fighters which will eventually fly off her are needed for this kind of conflict.
We would not have been able in the coalition to deal with Daesh terrorism in Iraq and Syria without the American aircraft carriers in the Gulf flying strikes. So we will have now that ability to be able to strike terrorists at any part of the world from the decks of this carrier.
We're buying incredibly expensive stealth planes to fly off this. You don't need those to fight an enemy like Daesh, do you?
You do need to be able to take on any adversary. We can't predict 30, 40, 50 years ahead what we may have to deal with.
No one knows the type of conflicts this ship and her crews might be called on to face over the next half century, and whether they will be far overseas or closer to home. Carl Dinnan, News at 10 on board HMS Queen Elizabeth.